Hi guys. So I want to show you how I use PicMonkey to make nice images and graphics for promotions, for congratulating different coaches on certain achievements, etc. So I'm going to share my screen with you and show you one that I made recently, and then I'm basically going to walk you through the steps on how to make one yourself using the free program called PicMonkey. So let me share my screen. So this here is an image that I created a few days ago, and I'm about to launch it tonight because I want to, it's just a promotion basically. If someone orders the 21-day fix, they're going to get a free bag of David's tea sent to them. So I wanted to make it nice and Christmassy looking, so that people are more enticed to spend some money on themselves, even though it's during the holidays. So I am going to show you how to do this step by step. And trust me, it's a lot easier than you think it is to make nice graphics. So the first thing you're going to do is open up PicMonkey. I'll also show you what I did for David's tea to get those images. But first, in PicMonkey, you want to go to Design, and I just clicked Custom. I chose, we'll say we'll go 2000 times 2000 pixels. And for me, I just basically cropped that to a size that I thought would look good on Facebook. So I find horizontal pictures look better on Facebook, so let's crop it at about that. And then I knew that I wanted to use David's tea as a promotion item. So I went to their website, and I just got, basically just got some images from their website. So while this loads, here we go. So basically all I did was I just screenshotted some images from their website. So I took a screenshot, and then I just copied and pasted that screenshot of the images of the tea. Because I'm not able to right click and save the photo from their website, but that's one way you can do it if you can't right click. So just take a screenshot and cut and paste, just cut that image and save it as an image. So that's all I did. So after that, I took, move this over here, I took my images of my David's tea and I put those on my canvas first. So to do that, you go to this little butterfly button, and it comes up saying overlays. So overlays is just any graphic that you want to use on your canvas. So since mine are saved to my computer, I went to my own, and then I have to find the pictures. So I think they're under my downloads. I think I saved them as T. I hope so. Yes. So pick one, throw it up here, and I'm going to add the second one. Throw that up there for a second. And then my third picture of tea. I just picked ones that were pretty, honestly. People for this promotion can pick whatever tea they want as long as it's under $10. So that's what I did. So I'm going to move this over here. So then I just had to resize my tea to make it, a size that was what I wanted it for. So we'll move this one in the corner. Then we'll take this one. We'll make it bigger. And it's about the same size as that one. I'm going to put it beside. It's close to being in line with the first tea as possible. Then I'm going to take a third one and put it over here. So there's that. That's the first step I did for this. So the next thing was I wanted it to be really Christmassy or wintry looking. So I went to this little snowflake button here, and this is just a bunch of themes that PicMonkey has for you to use. Most of them are free. So I went to Winterland, I think, because it just appealed to me. And let me see what I did. Winterscapes, maybe that's the one I did. Yes, that's the one I did. So this little crown means that it's a paid feature, and where I paid the $30 to use this feature. There's extra fonts, there's all kinds of free stuff. No, sorry, not free stuff. All kinds of stuff you can get for the paid version, and for me, it's just worth it. So that's what I did. So and check that out. So all I did was click the theme that I wanted. I clicked a color that I wanted, and you go apply, and it's there. Simple as that. So basically, when I found that, I was just playing around with all kinds of different things. I was clicking buttons here and there, and this is what came up that I really liked. So, you know, you could go to, there's all kinds of different frames, but this is the one I used. Like there's all kinds of things you can do. If you want to add a birdie in, you can. It's not working right now, but yeah, there's all kinds of free things you can do like that. I don't want that though. There's some more examples if you want to. That's not showing up. The colors are wrong. There we go. So there's all kinds of fancy things you can do, and a lot of them are free. So for my purposes, that's what I'm going to do. And then next I added my results pictures, hoping that my results would help entice some people to take care of themselves. So now I just have to find out where I put them. So I think they're in a folder over here. Unfortunately, I'm not so organized with keeping my pictures in one spot. So transformations, maybe it's in here. Okay, well, it's not in there, but anyway, I'm just going to pick, you know, a different set of transformation photos that I have of myself. So you can use whatever photos you want. And again, I just used the overlay option to throw this in here. Okay. So next, we're going to start playing with fonts. I'm just going to take a look at the original image to get to remember what I did first. Okay, so here's the original. First, I think I'm going to make this pretty header, and I'll show you how to do that first. So you want to go to the text option, which is just the T's over here, and then you've got all kinds of different fonts that you can use. So I tend to have a few favorites. Coffee Break is the one I used for this image, and it's my favorite font out of PicMonkey. So I click the font that I want, and then I go add text. And then I'm going to type in my title. It's finally time for. Then highlight out. My laptop is pretty slow sometimes. So highlight the font, and then you're just going to increase it to the size you want. So that should fit my image pretty good. Stretch that out. No, doesn't fit quite well. So finally time for. Then I find this font is really nice because it's just it's decorative. So sometimes what I do just to make something stand out more is just increase the size of one word that you really want to emphasize. So in this case, I want to emphasize the word you because this promotion is all about, you know, treating yourself to a gift as well. So maybe I'll add an exclamation mark. So let's see here. It's finally time for you. This photo doesn't line up quite as well as my other one did. That's okay. Just for demonstration purposes, we're going to keep using this one. So play around with the fonts. I mean, fonts are really what's going to make or break your image. You really want to find fonts that kind of complement each other. So I know I used this font once more in the original graphic. So down here, this is the same font. Take time for you. 21 days to shine. So let's put that in there. The default color of the text is always black. So I'm going to change the font to white. And I already forget what I said. Take time for you. Take time for you. Come on. I'll try deleting that because my computer doesn't seem to want to work. So click the text box to be able to type in it. Take time for you. So I'm going to highlight that, and then you see this here. This is just your font color, so you can pick any color in the rainbow basically. But I want white because it looks nice on the red background. I'm going to drag it down here. And then you can either increase the number on the bar there, like I did last time, or you can just drag the corner of the text box. So take time for you. I'm going to throw that there. And then I'm going to do the same thing again and write 21 days to shine, because that's always the name of my challenge group that I use. So man, oh man, I'm not sure why my text doesn't want to work, but usually it's not finicky. There we go, 21 days to shine. So again, I'm going to highlight that and I'm going to make it white. That stands out on the red background pretty well. And drag it down here. And I probably have it set different in the original graphic, but just for demonstration purposes. When you're setting text up, you kind of want to find where it looks best. You know, the U is a really pretty way to do it, so I kind of try and set it in between, you know, in between some of those scrolly letters so that it fits nicely. That looks fine there. And so the last thing we're going to do for this graphic is we're going to add a different text. So put your health first and I'll send you a gift. So I'm going to put this, and I just have to go in there and find the font for that. Now let's see here. What did I use? This one, Special Elite. So I'm going to click that font. All right, let's see what let me type here. Put your health first. And I think I may have put health in capital letters because that's what I wanted to emphasize, because our challenge groups are all about your health and wellness. So I'm going to increase the size of that. There we go. That's going to fit nicely in here. And one thing you can do if you have a font in the size that you want to use and you don't want to screw around with resizing the next line, all you have to do is right click and you can duplicate the text. So that's what I'm going to do there. And then I'm just going to drag that duplicated text down below on the right, and I'll send you a gift. So that fits perfectly there. Let's go back to the original again and see what I wrote. You'll get a free bag of David's tea, and then in smaller letters, up to $10 value. Oops. Okay, so we're going to use the same text, just a little bit smaller font. Sorry, the same font, just a little bit smaller size. You'll get a free bag of David's Okay, so this one here. So what you can do here, if you have text that goes on 2 lines, you can go center it. If you want to, you can play with the size. I like that there. I like it when it all fits in one line and it fits nicely there. All I'm going to do now is just add a little disclaimer. It says you can have a bag of tea up to $10. Up to $10 in value. And then I'm just going to make the little, throw it under the text there. And I'll probably make that a little bit smaller actually. So throw that down there. On the original, I spent a lot more time kind of placing things, but this is, again, it's just to give you an example of how I create these. So the basis of the graphic is pretty much done, but let's go back to it. So you may or may not have noticed I added some really faded snowflakes to the background just to give it some depth. You certainly don't have to do this, but it's something that kind of jazzes it up a little bit more. So let me show you how to do that. This step is probably the most complicated of it all, but again, it's not hard at all. So you want to add some images to the background. We're going to go back to overlays. So I think it's an overlays. No, it's not. Overlays has a bunch of pretty things. Like if I wanted to add like these pretty flowers in the background, I could certainly do that. See, or if I wanted to just throw a flower in there somewhere, that's one of the free options that that PicMonkey has. They got flowers, they got all kinds of pretty things. Here's some. Oh, these are pretty. Here's some other flowers you could use just to decorate your image. But they always do have seasonal ones. So the snowflakes are seasonal. So that's where, yeah, they've got, these are seasonal ones left over from Halloween. But the seasonal ones that I want, I think, are in Winterland. Yeah. So this is an overlay called Flakery that I used. So I just want to throw some random snowflakes in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick like a pretty blue color. And then I'm going to fade it right out. So that is just a really subtle touch in the background. So if I were to leave it the way it is, it would be covering the text. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to right click on the snowflake and then I'm going to go send to back. So send to back just means that it goes behind the last layer of text or image that you just put up. So I sent it to the back, which means it's behind everything that I put on this canvas. So if you see that, if you can tell, it's behind this image, it's behind the images of the tea. With our next one, I'm going to leave this little snowflakey there. The next one, I'll show you another option for designing your canvas. So let's throw another snowflake in here. I'm going to try and get it about the same color by dragging this here. It's so faded that you don't really have to match the colors completely. And then I'm just going to fade it right out. So I'm going to right click, and then if I want to just send it back behind one layer of image, I'm going to say send backwards, and this should be behind, let's see here. So it's still in front of my text. Send it back is always the best option. Yeah, I won't make it too complicated. So just say, where's my screen? So just go send it back. Play around with it if you guys want to, but this is just in the very back of the canvas. You could have done this step first, but for me, I didn't think of it, so I'm doing it now. So to finish up this image, all I did was I kept adding snowflakes kind of all over the place, and honestly, that's it. That's all I did. And you know, it's a pretty decent little banner to advertise my sale that I got going on, or my promotion to get a free bag of tea when you buy the 21-day fix. So I hope that's helpful. And yeah, feel free to share this with your team because I mean, having decent graphics is I think is pretty important to making yourself look a little more professional, a little more put together. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. Stop sharing. And